I'll see you on the other side.
Righto, later dude.
Alright, man.
What a top day. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's absolutely just spot on, but the rain, yeah, the rain's about to come, which is a bit of a bugger, but that's alright. We're going to make the most of it because I'm having a great day, and I hope you guys are too. I think every day is great. And what I want to talk about today is uni. Why did I get kicked out of uni? When I say kicked out, not expelled or anything like that. Yeah, I do finance at uni, and I'm about 3 years in. I get really bored with it. Now, I'm in this class once, and this professor up the front was teaching us about shares, financial markets, foreign exchange markets, commodities, options, things like that, which can get pretty complicated. So I put my hand up once, and I just have a question. I like to ask a lot of questions just because I'm curious. I asked the professor up the front if he trades. What do I mean about trading? Like trading foreign exchange, trading commodities, trading shares, or anything along those lines. And I asked him, do you trade? And he says, no. And I said, well, why not? And he said, well, why would I trade? There's risk involved. Hang on, you're teaching us about this stuff, but you don't even put this into practice? He was so offended. His ego kicked in. He was a professor. He was the most respected form of academic staff at the uni. Here's this kid of 23 years old just completely questioning his authority in front of the class. So I got kicked out. Kicked out of the class. He asked me to leave. He said, go home. I don't want you back in this class. I had to change the class, as a matter of fact. Now, I don't do that anymore. The point I want to make about this is none of the people that I was learning off was practical. None of it I could go home and apply. Now, I personally trade shares. Okay, I trade financial markets. Okay, I trade foreign exchange. I only know how to do that because I learned off people that could do it. Through that, I learned other things as well. I learned how whole markets work. I understood psychology. And that's how I got to learn some things. But these guys up the front, I'm 23 in this class, and these guys are not, it just didn't make sense to me. So the point I wanted to make is these people that were teaching me in these classes, they couldn't help me. They couldn't help me get to where I wanted to be. I want to be a guy that's going to make a difference to the world, and I'm going to learn a lot along the way and learn about what everything's really about. Especially in finance. Finance is an interest to me, just naturally. I genuinely do enjoy it, and I get a bit of a buzz out of learning how the whole system works on a global level. And I couldn't learn that just being at uni, so I had to get rid of it. It just wasn't, it wasn't creating any results. I wasn't learning anything at all. I used to go home and ask my parents, what does this mean? And then as I started learning how to trade and things like that, and started putting this practical knowledge into my life, I was getting better results than the professor was up the front teaching me. That's the difference. The 23-year-old kid in his own class. As soon as I got out of that environment, I leveraged myself. I was able to just learn so much more. Why are they talking about these things to us, like students essentially, and why aren't they doing it? That was my other question. How come you're teaching me about this stuff when you don't do it? There's a reason why they don't do it. As humans, we're programmed as part of society not to involve ourselves to risk. We need certainty. We don't want to expose ourselves to any kind of trauma, you could say, anything that's going to deviate us from the level that society expects us to be at, okay? Which is, go get a job, do all this stuff, you go up, you retire, the normal stuff, we've all heard it. As not within their realm, they haven't developed the psychology to be able to do it, therefore they don't do it. And then what they do, when they go learn all the theory about it, they go and teach people about the theory of it. So when you go and you learn about finance at that level, at that academic level, you're not really learning about finance. You can't implement that into your life. And that's the worst thing about it. It's just a sad reality, but this is conditioning. This is what we talk about these days. It's the conditioning. People are always there, just going to uni, doing that kind of thing. All it's ever going to do is get them a job. Now, I don't know about you, but man, if you want a job, go to Kmart. you'll get a job, okay? Go to the, I don't know, Macca's, you'll get a job. Go to KFC. Man, go to fast food. Jobs in fast food. You want a job, just go to fast food, okay? What do you think 13-year-old kids do these days? They have a job, the same as their mum and dad have a job. It's not hard to retain employment. There's no skill involved in that. If you're lucky, you'll get a really good job and earn 150 grand, as everyone wants to do these days. That's even better because you get to pay even more tax. That's the best kind of job. The government will love you. You should totally do that. If you want to be on the government's like good books, man, go get a good job. You should probably go to uni first and get $1 million HECS. Fuck that. Be self-aware, understand your environment, understand society, and once you get to that point where you kind of see it, man, your opportunities will open. And that's why I quit uni. Because I couldn't be there and listen to the guys that had no results that were teaching me and telling me what to do.